Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The firm only transacts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded or exempted from registration requirements. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability.
Welcome to Navigating Retirement with Rick Durkee.
Welcome back to Navigating Retirement. I'm your host, Rick Durkee, and today we're going to talk a little bit about calculating your retirement number. We've talked in previous shows about developing your Navigating Retirement plan. Well, this is the beginning of the process of how you do it. This is the initial information. We're going to use some math today. I'm going to get into a little bit of detail, and I'm just going to jokingly say, let's make sure that math isn't a four-letter word for you. If we go through a planning process and we properly plan and identify what our risks, issues, and opportunities are for retirement and its retirement income plan, we're definitely going to be ahead of the game, and math won't become a four-letter word. So let's first of all acknowledge our need for income. Just because you retire doesn't mean that your need for income stops. We do actually want to convert our paychecks to paychecks in retirement. And that analogy right there tells you that we're going to go through a process that's going to help you identify what kind of income you need so that you can enjoy life in retirement and not worry about where the income's coming from. We're going to develop that plan, the Navigating Retirement Plan. So if you do have a lump sum, you might not know if that's not enough, if that is or isn't enough. If you have saved in your retirement accounts, you may not have taken it another step and see how does this money pay out to you throughout retirement. So we want to make sure that we're addressing whatever income will come into us, how it compares to the expenses we anticipate in retirement, and see if we need to fill any retirement income gaps. This is going to be the basic math that we're going to be going through today, but it's going to seem a little bit difficult to you because you've never probably gone through this process before of defining your income gap and your income need. So let's get into this. Let's talk about it. This is math, and this is how it works. Most plans focus on achieving that retirement number. You've seen the commercials on TV. What's your retirement number? People carrying around the big checks and, making sure that I believe this number will work or I hope this number will work. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to retirement income plan, I don't want any hope involved in my math equation. I want to make sure that my money doesn't run out in retirement. So knowing income allocation strategies and how to properly time and take your income in retirement is going to be critical in our discussion today. Understanding your retirement outlook, looking down the road, looking over the hill here, based on math and not hypothetical projections is going to be the key to our discussion today. So let's define this retirement income gap. You start by looking at your average retirement expenses, your spending, okay? What have you done in the past? Maybe you're going into retirement right now, or maybe you're just doing this for the first time. You're already in retirement, but we look at what have we been spending money on? Review your bank statements. If you use a Quicken program or Mint program, you can easily just press the button and see where your expense categories are. And then so once we take those average monthly spending amounts, we subtract the available sources of guaranteed income that you don't have to pull from assets. Okay, so this is critical here. What are those guaranteed sources of income? Your Social Security, maybe your pension if you have a pension. Are there any other private annuity payments that you've already structured to start providing you income now? So you add all those up, you subtract out your expenses. This is your monthly income gap. You now take that a step further, though. We're going to do a little bit more math. We multiply that number by 12 to get our annual income gap. And then we multiply that by the all-important tax rate. Now, you may be saying, well, we don't know what the tax rates are going to be here all the way through retirement, but we call it our anticipated tax rate. In our Navigating Retirement Plan, we anticipate those taxes and we cushion them for higher taxes in the future, because we do all believe that we're looking at increasing tax rates going through retirement. So this gives us our annual gross distribution that we're going to require for making sure that we enjoy retirement and have paychecks to do that with. So we divide our anticipated cash flow rate. Now, this is something that you're going to have to work with a professional on. Here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group, we make sure and assess what that cash flow rate is. Hey, retirement income plan is all about cash flow planning. We want to make sure that we're planning to distribute this money at a proper rate, that we're not withdrawing it out too fast so that it doesn't run out while we're still alive. We want to discuss strategies that have been based on perhaps some past myths or misconceptions about what rate should we withdraw this out at. There was a rule called the 4% rule. It's changed down. It's now changed back up by its creator. I think it's very confusing if we just base a withdrawal rate on a straight number. We need to have a navigating retirement plan that projects out each year for the next 20 or 30 years at different withdrawal rates, okay, different performance on your accounts, because that's the real world. Nothing is average. We don't ever get average returns every single year on our investments, do we? We also don't take out average withdrawal rates. Some years we got to take out a little bit more. Sometimes we don't. So here's one other important key. If you have a navigating retirement plan in your hands and it's reviewed every year by us at the Coastal Financial Planning Group, we make adjustments in the plan, because the only thing constant in life is change, right? The plan is never going to be just average. Now, the final point that I want to make here is this is the appropriate lump sum that we're going to get to here, that we're going to need for retirement income. And it's going to help us achieve that retirement number. But it's much more than that, as we just learned, right? We're going to have the written retirement plan, your navigating retirement plan, in your hands so you can evaluate it on a year in and year out basis. Other factors we want to consider that are variables in this plan is taxation, inflation, cash flow rates, anticipated rates of returns, healthcare, our discretionary spending. All of these things are going to be evaluated annually at least. Some of our clients like to meet quarterly. But here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group, our goal is to help arrive at a conclusion about, have you saved enough? Have you saved enough to retire comfortably? How much more do you need to maybe save to get your retirement savings up to the amount that's going to give you the lifestyle that you want in retirement and beyond? Because one other thing that I haven't touched on, just spend a quick moment on, is if you have a navigating retirement plan and it goes out 20 to 30 years and you're up in your 90s or 100, you may be surprised to see that now you've got some legacy planning that you want to make sure that you pass on assets in the most efficient way possible, because you did spend everything you wanted in retirement and enjoy retirement and have some leftover too. Okay. So while we work, there are 4 things that we need to do with our income. We need to pay taxes. We need to pay bills. We need to spend it, and we need to save it. All right. And then once you've done all these 4 things, you have all that's left, which is number 4, what you've saved. Number 4 is also the only money that we should ever be comfortable taking risk with. But that just shows you we can diversify our risk in our retirement plan and make sure that we're protecting the assets that we plan on using for income. And then that overage that I talked about earlier that may go on for legacy, or we may spend in our later years, is a little bit more risky because we have time to allow the ups and downs of the market. Let's summarize real quick here. Say it point blank. Do you have a written retirement plan in your hands already? Well, if your past sources of financial advice haven't decided that that's important to you going into retirement, then I would say investment planning isn't important now as you go into retirement as retirement income planning is. Get your navigating retirement plan in your hands, review it with us annually here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group. You'll be able to enjoy your retirement going through comfortably and not worrying about what the future holds when you have addressed all the risks and issues of retirement, and make sure you take advantage of the opportunities. We're here at the Coastal Financial Planning Group to help you do that. You can receive a copy of our book, Modern Retirement Strategies. Click on the links here that are available. Visit our website, cfpgroup.biz, or let's do it the old-fashioned way. Give us a call, 843-735-5065. Talk with me. Let's do a 15-minute quick consult and find out what your concerns are about your retirement plan. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Look forward to seeing you again on another edition of Navigating Retirement.
Catch more of Rick Durkee and Navigating Retirement by visiting cfpgroup.biz.
While we believe the information in this broadcast is reliable, we cannot guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decisions. Investment advisory services are offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. SEC registration is not an endorsement of the firm by the Commission and does not mean that the advisor has attained a specific level of skill or ability. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.
Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services. Advisory clients are charged a fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Third-party rankings and recognition from rating services and publications do not guarantee future investment success. Working with a highly rated advisor also does not ensure that a client or prospect will experience a higher level of performance. These ratings should not be viewed as an endorsement of the advisor by any client and do not represent any specific client's evaluation. Generally, ratings, rankings, and recognition are based on information provided by the advisor. Please contact the advisor for more information regarding how these rankings and ratings were formulated.